In 2005, the UK's first Morazon X-Car roller coaster opened at Drayton Manor in Tamworth, England. It was only the third X-Car roller coaster to ever be built by the company, as it was a fairly new coaster idea. It was unique and stood out to other roller coasters, as it wasn't the average ride. Instead of going up a lift hill and dropping, the X-Car ride would take riders up a vertical lift hill and rotate them backwards instead of forwards. This allowed riders to experience a large amount of hang time, as they would be held upside down before dropping downwards into the coaster's layout. Although the coaster was planned to open as Project X in 2005, it was changed at the last second to GForce and opened on the 26th of July. The ride cost £2.5 million to build and would be a rather thrilling experience, with riders reaching speeds of 43 miles per hour, travelling through 3 inversions, reaching heights of 25 metres and experiencing 4.3 Gs of force. The queue line featured special effects with projectors and an original score. Once on board, riders would perform a 180-degree turn and start the climb of the lift hill, where they would slowly begin to be turned upside down. They would then drop down and climb into a tall bunny hill before travelling through a sidewinder, an Immelman loop and a helix before entering the brake run. The ride would be short, only lasting 45 seconds, however this small amount of time was clearly enough to provide a bit of a strange and quite painful riding experience.
GForce at Drayton Manor.
When it opened back in 2005, it was strongly criticised for being a painful roller coaster. The restraint would only be a lap bar, allowing for an open sensation when travelling through the inversions. However, the restraint was said to come down very tight on the rider's legs, becoming more and more painful every time they would be turned upside down. And unfortunately, it wasn't just the opening year that complaints were made about the ride. Every year it was becoming more and more painful, and although some loved the ride, it was getting quite unpopular as it entered the 2010s. And it was in 2010 that the first incident occurred on the roller coaster. No one was harmed, luckily. However, the car failed to gain enough momentum to reach the lift hill, and riders were stranded on the track until they were eventually evacuated. As the years went on, GForce was one of Drayton Manor's signature attractions, however it was decreasing in popularity. As Drayton grew as a park, it decided to take the family route, and GForce and its other roller coaster, Shockwave, began to not quite fit that description. Therefore, the park decided to choose the more popular of the two and keep it at the park, as the attraction would then have a wide range of rides that would not just focus on thrill rides. In 2017, GForce faced yet another technical fault, this time with a car being stuck upside down on a lift with riders aboard. After this, the park made its final decision to close the roller coaster in 2018. At the end of the 2018 season, GForce was officially closed at Drayton Manor. Although it was very unpopular, it was still an upsetting closure for guests, as it was a classic roller coaster and helped the park to gain more popularity in 2005. However, the ride had really come to the end of its life, as it had experienced lots of technical faults throughout its last season and spent most of it down. Along with its declining popularity, it was becoming more and more expensive to maintain, meaning it was time for Drayton Manor to take the tough decision to announce its closure. The park announced that the site would be used for future fun, and it was left standing but not operating for the 2019 season. At the end of 2019, the ride's track was removed, and the site is now completely empty, ready for future development. And now, in 2020, fans of the park are speculating to what new ride could replace GForce. Could it be a new roller coaster, or a new flat ride? Me personally, I've never actually visited Drayton Manor, so I never got the chance to ride GForce, which is quite upsetting, as it was always one of my bucket list roller coasters. Obviously keeping out of mind that apparently it was extremely painful. In my decision, I genuinely think that a new family thrill roller coaster could take its place. Maybe something similar to the likes of Lek Coaster at Legendia. It's quite a compact ride, but it's still extremely thrilling. I reckon maybe something like that, but maybe a little bit toned down to still match that family audience. But what do you think? Comment down below what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. I will see you in the next one, but until then, goodbye.